Honorable Deputy Speaker, Nisambula Vinasaka, Honorable Prime Minister, Honorable Leader of the Opposition, Members of Parliament, our distinguished guests today, ladies and gentlemen, Nisambula Vinaka, Madam Deputy Speaker, I rise to provide a comprehensive review of the importance of rehabilitation within our correctional system and the critical role that the Yellow Ribbon Program plays in strengthening our communities, reducing crime, and contributing to national building in Fiji. Today, rehabilitation is no longer viewed as a secondary function of correction. It is a central national strategy, one that addresses recidivism, restores families, and ultimately creates safer and more resilient communities. The Fiji Correctional Service has, over the years, evolved to rehabilitation-focused facility. From a traditional system focused largely on custody and containment, it has begun to transform into a modern institution guided by the principle of security, safety, and thorough care. This shift recognizes a fundamental truth. Incarceration alone does not even resolve criminal behavior. While imprisonment removes offender from society temporarily, it does little to prevent reoffending unless the underlying causes of criminal conduct are addressed. It is for this reason that the Fiji Correctional Service adopted the Rehabilitation Policy 2019, placing rehabilitation at the very heart of correction operations under the guiding principle of semper restituens, always restitution, rehabilitation. This policy is grounded in the belief that every offender has the capacity to change, provided they are given the right structure, the right support, and the opportunity. Madam Deputy Speaker, the rehabilitation framework is structured around 4 key stages. First is the disciplinary rehabilitation, which instills routine, accountability, and respect for authority through structured daily programs. Second is treatment rehabilitation, which addresses deeper issues such as substance abuse, trauma, anger management, psychological conditions, and spiritual well-being, areas of growing concern, particularly with the rise in drug-related offenses and associated health challenges. The third is the upskilling rehabilitation, where inmates are equipped with practical and vocational skills to improve employability. Through agriculture, carpentry, tailoring, education, and the enterprise development, offenders are given the tools to rebuild their lives with dignity. Finally, through care and reintegration, ensures that offenders are prepared for life beyond prison through family engagement, pre-release planning, and linkages with communities and employers. This holistic approach ensures that individuals do not leave prison only to return due to rejection, unemployment, or lack of support. Madam Deputy Speaker, complementing this framework is the Yellow Ribbon Program, a national initiative that seeks to change societal attitudes towards ex-offenders. At its core, the program promotes acceptance, forgiveness, and second chance. It speaks to what we often refer as the second prison, the stigma, the discrimination that individuals face even after serving their sentences. In many cases, this second prison can be more restrictive than the first, as it denies former offenders the opportunity to reintegrate and rebuild their lives. The Yellow Ribbon Program therefore calls on all sectors of society, including families, communities, faith-based organizations, the private sector, government agencies, to play their part. Rehabilitation is not the responsibility of the Fiji Correctional Service alone. It is a shared national duty. Families are encouraged to maintain contact with their loved ones. Communities are urged to accept them upon release. And employers are called upon to provide opportunities for meaningful work. A clear demonstration of the program's impact was seen during the Mbua Yellow Ribbon Symposium and Walk 2026 in Number 1. This initiative engaged directly with the Bonua Mbua, reinforcing the important role that communities play in rehabilitation. In the lead up to the event, awareness teams visited 54 villages across the 90 kina in the province, sharing information on correction services, rehabilitation efforts, and the importance of second chance. Honorable Alvik, yes, the Ministry of Justice went to Borno Lewu this year. The response from the people of Mbua were overwhelming, positive, reflecting values deeply rooted in Tauke culture, values, forgiveness, kinship, and of course, community responsibility. The symposium brought together chiefs, community leaders, youth and women groups, and of course, government representatives. It was officially opened by Turaga to Mbua, to Makutu Ngagaboka, who reminded his people of their duty to support their relatives in prison and to welcome them back in the community with guidance and compassion. The Assistant Minister, Waitauke, was also present at the event. Importantly, the symposium led to the establishment of the Mbua Care Network, community action for rehabilitation of ex-offenders. This network formalized a support system at the community level, bringing together the Bonua, the church, the families, and local leaders to guide and monitor reintegration efforts. Commitments made during the discussion included increased prison visitations, inclusion of ex-offenders in community life, the additional reconciliation process, and the creation of village-based support communities. These efforts are formalized through a memorandum of understanding with the Mbua Provincial Council. The Yellow Ribbon Walk, held the following day, further demonstrated national solidarity, with more than 2,600 participants working in support of acceptance and second chance. The presence of government leaders underscored the importance of this initiative, while practical support was also provided through distribution of farming and fishing equipment to 5 ex-offenders under the Poverty Alleviation Program. Madam Deputy Speaker, the importance of rehabilitation extends far beyond prison walls. It is directly linked to national security, to economic growth, and social stability. Every offender successfully rehabilitated represents one less repeat offense, one less victim of crime, one less strain on government resources. Rehabilitation reduces overcrowding, lowers operational costs, and strengthens public safety. It also restores families and help break intergenerational cycle of offending. From an economic perspective, rehabilitation contributes to productivity and development. Through initiatives such as Sow a Seed Program, the Social Working Program, Operation Musundobu Employment Exposed, the Ex-Offenders Livelihood Support Fund, individuals are empowered to become self-reliant and contribute meaningfully to society. Rehabilitation is ultimately an investment in the future of Fiji. Nation building is not only about infrastructure. It is about building lives, restoring dignity, strengthening the social fabric of our nation. The Yellow Ribbon Program means that no individual is beyond redemption, and that with support and opportunity, transformation is possible. Government remains committed to supporting the Fiji Corrections Service and expanding the Yellow Ribbon Program across all 14 provinces, strengthening care network nationwide, increasing livelihood support, and deepening partnership with employers, donors, and faith-based organizations. This effort will ensure that rehabilitation remains sustainable, inclusive, and impactful. Madam Deputy Speaker, as the line minister responsible for Fiji Corrections Service, we will continue to support the rehabilitation policy and Yellow Ribbon Program, which stand as key national instrument in reducing crime and strengthening communities. Once the Yellow Ribbon Program, the rehabilitation program continue, the Ministry is actively pursuing operationalization of the Parole Board. We have established the Parole Board in January this year, and in partnership with the New Zealand Parole Board, we will work with drafting our own Parole Board Act and, of course, the regulations through Cabinet and the Parliament process later this year and into 2027. Through rehabilitation, lives are transformed. Madam Deputy Speaker, the Fiji Corrections Service will continue to explore rehabilitation programs, including consideration from Justice Defenders Program, a program and a way of life rooted in providing a second chance by providing education, training, and awareness to inmates to be part of their own defense by equipping them with educational training. This was a program that was discussed at the Commonwealth Law Ministers meeting in Nandi this year. We will continue to update this August House as we explore further opportunities for tried and tested rehabilitation programs that work. Freedom through Yellow Ribbon, rehabilitation programs and engagement with communities are transforming lives. Together, they pave the way for safer communities, stronger families, and more united Fiji. Before I take my seat, it will be remiss of me, Madam Deputy Speaker, if I do not acknowledge, after all, Honorable Minister for Police, Colonel Nabul Rua, actually introduced this project. To see it successful and alive, thank you, sir. And we hope that other MPs can take up the challenge and continue this fight. Before I resume my seat, Madam Deputy Speaker, I share the Franciscan blessings used to inspire compassion, justice, and courage, and the blessing. May God bless us with this comfort and easy answers, half-truths, and superficial relationship, so that we may live deep within our hearts. May God bless us with anger at injustice, oppression, and exploitation of people, so that we may work for justice, freedom, and peace. May God bless us with tears to shed for those who suffer from pain, rejection, hunger, and war, so that we may reach our hands to comfort them and turn their pain into joy. And may God bless us with enough foolishness to believe that we can make a difference in this world, so that we can do what others claim cannot be done, to bring justice and kindness to all our children and the poor. Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. Nawali.